Hello, my name is Erin Wimert, and I'm coming to you today with maybe an intermediate Vinyasa flow class. And this class is going to work around this concept or this idea of hugging into the midline, which is something that we talk a lot about in our asana practice. And when you talk about the midline, you could think about an energetic line of energy running from the crown of the head down to the tail or back up, or crown of the head down to the heels. And that runs down the midline of the body, the middle of the body. And when we hug into the midline, that's when we can really find balance, we find stability, we find steadiness. So we're going to talk about outer body hugging into the inner body. And also when I talk about hugging the midline, I like to think about really hugging into me, hugging into who I am as a whole complete package. The good parts of myself, parts I'm scared to look at, the parts I don't want to look at, the whole thing, hugging into my personality traits, my quirks, my flaws, because when we can really hug in and own who we are, that's when we feel really steady and stable emotionally, spiritually. And so we're going to talk about these two aspects of hugging into ourselves. So we're going to start in a seated position, and you can just have your legs crossed. Rest your hands on your thighs, lengthen your spine, and allow your eyes to close. And just bring your immediate awareness to the flow of your natural breath. And just feel that your body is breathing as a whole complete package, exactly as it is right now. And feel that you're holding just enough energy right now in your body to maintain your uplifted posture. But other than that, you're relaxed. You're present, but you're relaxed at the same time. And in this moment, as you meet yourself, exactly as you are, physically, emotionally, energetically, notice what it feels like. Notice what the experience of hugging into yourself exactly as you are feels like. And if sometimes we can get caught up in what other people are doing, other people's roads to success, other people's journeys. And when we really get caught up in what other people are doing, we lose our way, we lose our connection to our midline. And we start to feel like we lose our steadiness. It almost feels like we begin to fall apart when we get caught up in what other people are doing. But when we come back to our center, come back to who we are, and hug into that and own it, all of it, all sides of ourselves, then that's where we can feel truly steady, stable, and strong. And bring all of your attention to just the next 3 rounds of breath. And gently open your eyes. Switch the crossing of your legs. We're just going to go into an easy side bend. Stretch the right palm out. Reach the left arm up and over. Take a big side body stretch. And you can start to bend into your right elbow. And as you do, press into the right palm and anchor the left hip. So we're going to do quite a bit of side bending today. Inhale back up. And let's take it up and over to the left. Press through the left palm, anchor the right hip, breathe into your lower right side body. We'll do it again. Inhale to center, exhale up and over to the right. Inhale up and exhale up and over to the left. Bring everything back up and just crawl your fingertips forward. Let the head hang. The back of your pelvis release towards the earth. As you inhale, find a little bit of length. And as you exhale, walk a little towards your right. Make your way through center and walk your hands over towards the left. Just waking up the spine from a few different angles. Let's come back to center and walk your hands back in. We'll meet in a tabletop position. As you arrive there, bring your hands just a tiny bit wider than shoulder width. Spread your fingers as wide away as you can get them from each other. Find your knees under the hips, and as you inhale, just come into a cow pose, lengthening and widening the front of the body. As you exhale, we'll come into cat, tuck and round, push into the palms. We'll do it again, full inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tuck and round. Draw away from the earth. Just one more like that on your own. Let's come back into a long spine. Bring your right fingertips forward and your left toes back. Now, feel what it's like to sort of release away from the midline. It sort of feels a little sloppy, a little bit lazy. And then notice what it's like for you to hug into the midline, for the outer body to hug in. Feel the biceps hug in, outer ribs, outer hips. Squeeze the inner thighs. And see if you can lift the arm and the leg up. Spinal balance. Work the right hip crease back. Hug now the arm and the leg into the midline and feel how steady you are here. Take an inhale. Let's exhale, elbow to knee, tuck and round. Inhale, reach out long. Exhale, elbow to knee. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, reach long. And as you exhale, bend your back knee. Reach your right hand back and capture the inner edge of the foot. Squeeze everything into midline. And from there, we kick back and expand. And just like how we do that physically, hugging in to expand, energetically, spiritually hug into ourselves, we can expand into our greatest selves, our most authentic, genuine selves. Take another breath. Exhale to tabletop. Carefully release. Cow pose, inhale. Exhale to cat, tuck and round. Come back to a long spine. Left fingertips forward, right toes back. And then just feel intuitively what it's like to hug outer body in. Lift the arm and the leg. Hug the arm and the leg more in towards the midline. They don't cross the midline, they just energetically hug towards it. Take a breath in. Let's go elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, elbow to knee. Once more like that. Reach long, inhale. And if you can, bend the back knee. Reach your left hand back, capture the foot. Squeeze everything in. And then once you hug in, kick back and expand. Work the left hip crease back. Hug the right shin and knee in. Take another breath. Tabletop, carefully exhale. Let's inhale to cow pose, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your knees up, downward facing dog. And just find any kind of intuitive movement here. Waking up the backs of the heels, the calves, the hamstrings. Stretch the arms long as you press the palms forward. And then feel your biceps hug into the midline. Feel the outer ribs hug in. Feel the outer hips hug in. Outer thighs, outer shins, outer ankles hug in. And then hopefully you feel a little more steady, a little more stable. Let's take a big, deep breath in. And then exhale all the way out. And take a stroll towards the top of your space. Bring your feet to hip width. And just weave your fingertips in between the elbow creases. Feel free to bob around or sway. If this is first thing in the morning, hamstrings might be a little cranky. Let's go ahead, release. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Stretch your knuckles up. Feel free to bend the knees here.
Let the head hang. And feel that the shoulder blades are lifting towards the hip, so away from the ground. Let's take a big breath in, and by way of your low back, exhale your hands to the ground. Inhale, find a halfway lift, extend and lengthen long through the spine. And as you exhale, fold towards the ground. Inhale your arms all the way up towards the sky. And feel yourself exhale to hug into midline. Imagine there was a block between your calves, your inner thighs. Hug into that. Hug the outer ribs in. Hug the biceps in. And then while hugging to midline, see if you can relax a little bit. So again, you're present and you're relaxed. Let's bring the palms to touch. Bend your elbows, thumbs, tap the back of the neck. So hopefully feel a little something through your triceps. Hug the elbows into the midline. Inhale, start to lengthen the head back into the forearms. Lift the sternum up, big deep breath. And as you exhale, bend your knees, come into airplane arms, reach the fingertips down and back. Keep the chest buoyant, keep the arms hugging to midline, and then see if you can peel your heels off of the ground. Big toe mounds root. See if you can sink the hips back a little deeper. Last inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then release the heels, chair pose. Inhale, fold to the ground. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, stretch the chest halfway. Let's exhale your right toes back to a lunge. Drop your right knee down. Inhale your arms to the sky. Crescent moon. Hug into the midline. Just allow yourself to sink a little into the front knee. Let the hips be heavy. Bend the right elbow. Place your left palm on top. Take an inhale, lift the head into the forearm. Exhale, side bend to the left. Draw your left hip crease back. Feel your left ribs spin forward in opposition. Last inhale and exhale. Inhale, back up, reach tall. As you exhale, hands to the earth or blocks. Go ahead, straighten both of your legs, pyramid pose. And try to keep your feet parallel. So instead of spinning the back foot flat and opening the right hip, let your right toe spin forward, outer right hip wraps forward, and just fold long over your left leg. And let's take another breath in. And stay for the breath out. Inhale to your lunge. And let's step to a high plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Fingers spread wide. Hug into midline. And then tip forward. Come all the way down to the ground. And untuck your toes. Press your toenails down. Come up into a cobra, low, medium, or high. You might even sway the hips a little side to side, open up the low back a bit more. And when you're ready, we'll lower down. Let's do another one like that. Full big breath in and exhale. And then last one, your choice, however you want to do it. You might pause for a breath or two at the top. Combine some movement with the shoulders. And when you're ready, lower down. Bring the palms to the chest line. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, press to plank and pause. Take another inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Reach the thighs back. Full big breath in. And exhale out. All right, right leg and heels up. Bend your right knee and open it to the sky. Let your left heel drop down to the ground. Work the left hip crease back. Inhale. Let's go knee to nose. Exhale, tuck and round. Back to three-legged. Inhale, reach, fully extend the leg. Take a light step between your thumbs and drop the left knee down. Inhale your arms to the sky. Crescent moon, hug into midline. Squeeze your front heel and your back knee. Squeeze the inner thighs. Hug the biceps in, and then bend your left elbow, place your right palm on top. Take an inhale, lift the head into the form, and then side bend to the right. Right hip crease back, right ribs forward. Draw the low belly in. Last inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, back up, reach. Hands to the ground, straighten both legs. Pyramid pose. Again, great place for blocks if you're feeling tight. If your leg doesn't extend all the way, no problem. And if it extends all the way, look for hyperextension. It's finding that way to be all in without overdoing it. Take one more breath cycle. Inhale to your lunge, lift the chest, step forward, top of your mat, Uttanasana. Let's find a halfway lift, big breath, lengthen. Exhale, grab your calves, folds a little deeper. Inhale all the way up, bring your arms to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs tap the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the elbow points up. Exhale, bend your knees, airplane the arms, peel your heels off of the ground. Release the heels, chair pose. Inhale, hug to the center. Exhale, fold to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, left toes back, left knee down. Inhale, arms to the sky, crescent moon. Exhale, bend left elbow, right palm on top. Take an inhale, lift the head into the form. Side bend to the right, exhale. Back to center, inhale, reach. Exhale, pyramid pose, straighten the legs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale to your lunge. Exhale to high plank. Inhale, shift the shoulders past the wrists. Let's go half or all the way. Inhale to your back bend, maybe knees and thighs lift. Exhale, downward facing, stretch the thighs back. Full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, your left leg lifts up. Exhale, bend the knee, turn it to the sky. Inhale, your right hip crease draws back. Lift your left knee higher. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck and round push. Back to three-legged. Inhale, reach. Exhale, big step between the thumbs, right knee down. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky, crescent moon. Exhale, bend right elbow, left palm on top. Inhale, lift the head into the form. Exhale, stretch to the left. Inhale, reach up, hug into midline. Exhale, hands down, pyramid pose, stretch back. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale to your lunge, lift the heart. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, hint of a back bend in upper spine. Exhale, fold into yourself. Inhale all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs tap the nape of the neck. Inhale, lift the head into the forms, hug the elbows to midline. Exhale, bend your knees, airplane the arms, lift the heels. Drop the heels, chair pose. Inhale, hips low, low, low. Exhale, fold to the ground. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, left toes back, warrior two. Drop your left heel down. All right. So we're starting to change it up a little bit, getting into some bigger shapes. As you bend into the front knee, put weight into your back foot. See if you can do that without hyperextending the back knee. And then feel all of your limbs hug into the body.
So you're hugging in without getting tense. See if you can relax at the same time. Take another breath here. Extended side angle is your exhale. So you can bring your form to your thigh. You can bring your right hand down to a block or the ground. And see if you can come into a half bind, left arm behind the back. Some of you might stay here, or see if you can dip down, right shoulder under the right knee, full bind. And then instead of being butt back, chest forward, where we're releasing away from the midline, hug back into the midline. You don't have to look up here. You could. I like to actually look down. It feels better in my neck. And still putting equal weight into that back foot. Lift your inner left arch up. Breathe for 3. Hug the hips and lift the chest for 2. Carefully release. Reverse warrior. As you reach the right arm up, bend the right elbow. Left arm comes to the low back. Maybe your left fingertips shimmy up the back. Maybe you find your full archer arm grip. And as you lunge, reach the right elbow up. Draw the left shoulder down. Big breath. Exhale, carefully unwind. Hands to the ground, runner's lunge. Lift the back heel up. Walk your right foot to the right and drop your left knee down. Make sure your right heel is at least under the knee, maybe slightly in front of it. You can stay up. You can come down to your forearms. And if it's available for you, see if you can start to reach the right arm up and back. You can stay here, maybe a little neck release, or slowly draw the left heel in. Find your quad stretch. If your right knee is opening, just make sure that the ankle is straight and active. Feel it's a twist and it's a back bend. Take one more inhale and then gently release your foot. Come to the palms, lift your back knee up. Step your left foot forward to malasana and start to bounce the hips down. Shift the weight back into the heels. Squeeze your knees in. Hug the shoulder blades in. Lengthen the chest. As you inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten out your feet, and just bump your hips side to side. Let's heel toe the feet so that they're about hip width. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folds. Inhale all the way up, stretch up tall. Capture your right wrist, stretch to the left, X. Inhale back to center, switch it out. Exhale up and over to the right. Inhale, come back, reach tall, and go wide with the arms, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right toes back, right heel down, warrior 2. Go long in your stance. And as you get the left knee over the heel, soften your back knee, seal down the outer edge of your right foot. And then just hug into yourself, no matter how you feel. Even if you feel shaky, even if you're feeling the burn, it's owning all parts, all angles, all sides of ourselves to find steadiness. Take another breath. Let's go extended side angle. Exhale. Reach your right arm forward. And then come into a half bind. Right arm behind the back. Or full bind. Release the hips back. We release away from the midline. And then hug back in. Feel the heel of your left foot is the heaviest part of the foot. Dig it down. Work your left hip back. Turn your chest open. So instead of yanking your right hip open, turn the chest open. Breathe here for 3. Commit to both feet for 2. One more inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Reverse warrior. Bend your left elbow behind the back. Right hand either to low back. Maybe you shimmy your fingertips up the back. Maybe you find your archer arm grip. And then as you lunge, reach the elbows. Left elbow reaches up. Right shoulder blade draws down and in. Last inhale. Exhale, very carefully release. Hands to the ground, back heel up. Walk your left foot to the left. Wide runner's lunge. And then feel free to stay up or come down to the forearms. And if it's available, maybe left arm goes up and back. You can find a little neck release. Or slow, you might work right heel in, capture the foot. So sometimes I like to play around with inner arch. Sometimes I like go outer arch, just depending what gives me optimal sensation and how deep I want to pull the heel in. And then carefully release your back foot if you have it. Lift your back knee up, step forward, malasana. Drop the hips down. Again, I like to find a little bounce in the hips so the thighs can really root deeper and deeper and deeper every time. Weights back in the heels. Lift the chest. Last 3 breaths. Feel the tail untuck so that you can lift the chest. And then reach the arms forward. Lift the hips, fold to the ground, and bump your hips side to side. Alrighty. Heel toe your feet to hip width. Inhale halfway. Exhale, go ahead, float your left leg off of the ground, standing splits. Left leg floats. So feel free to use blocks here. As you dive the chest to the toes, work your right hip crease back. Outer left hip wraps down. And then squeeze to the midline. Hug it in. Let's find Jiva squat. Bend both knees. Left knee taps the right calf. We'll find an inhale breath here to lengthen the chest, almost like a halfway lift. Exhale, dive down, standing splits. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, dive, chest to toes. Once more like that. Inhale. Exhale, dive down, step your left foot back, warrior 1 stance. So find that first. We're wider than heel to heel. Back toes turn up to about 10 o'clock. And then reach your arms towards the sky. All right. So again, wider than hip width. Each hip has its own leg. Bend into the front knee. Work right hip crease back. Outer left hip wraps forward. Bend your arms to a cactus position. And then curl the bottom tips of the shoulder blades up to lift the heart. As the heart lifts, lengthen the sternum up, draw the chin in slightly. Last inhale. As you exhale, reach your arms wide out and forward. Hug the arms to midline. Right hip crease back. Let's do it again. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, go wide, hug back into yourself. Once more like that. Inhale. Exhale, reach wide, hug in. Warrior 1 is your inhale. Hands to the ground, back heel lifts. Walk your right foot to the right. Left knee drops down. So we're in runner's lunge again. Option to stay Or see if you can kick your right leg out to about 2 o'clock. And you'll know you're not hugging into midline if your hips swivel open to the left. So hug right hip back, outer left hip wraps forward. You can come down to your forearms. And keep that right foot active, right knee unlocked. Just a few slow, easy breaths. Now, you can stay on your forearms. If you have the room, you can slide your right leg back into Sphinx. I don't really have the room, so I'm going to come out and move through a chaturanga. Okay, so Sphinx to up dog, or just any sort of way you want to get back to downward facing dog. Stretch back. Just a couple breaths. Bring the feet together. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees, pull the hips way back, and then jump or walk, top of your space. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, your right leg lifts, standing splits. All right. So feel outer right hip, right knee, right toes wrapped down. I know it's unsatisfying to square the hips here, but think about it's important to keep your sacrum, your SI joints level, as opposed to throwing the right hip open and torquing the low back. Feel your right leg is super straight. Use your right glute to lift the leg up. And then Jiva squat, chamber the knees, lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, dive down, straight legs fold. Jiva squat. Inhale, drop your hips low, low, low. Lift the heart high, high, high. Exhale, dive down. Once more like that. Inhale and exhale. Step your right toes to warrior one. Find that first and then inhale up. Bend into the front knee. So you might see this common theme when we're in a lunge or one leg forward, one leg back. Front hip, front thigh pulls back. Outer back hip wraps forward. And even here, I'm trying to gather my low belly in. It's not easy to do. And it's because I've forgotten. I've got a little lazy in that back foot. Notice how I'm sinking into the inner arch. Try to lift your inner arch up. Soften that back knee. Bring your arms to a cactus position. And then curl the shoulder blades down to lift the heart up. Big, big breath. Exhale, reach wide. Hinge forward, hug the arms in. Let's do it again. Inhale, breath, sternum lifts. Exhale, reach wide, hips pull back. One more time. Inhale, deep bend in the front knee. Exhale, reach wide and hinge. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Back heel up. Left foot to the left. Runner's lunge. You can come to your forearms, you can stay here, or if you can, try to extend left leg out to about 10 o'clock. It's the same thing. Left thigh bone pulls back, outer right hip pulls in. You might take this to your forearms. I'm not hyperextending my left knee, it's just slightly unlocked. A couple easy, slow, smooth breaths, no big deal. So using your breath to shift or guide your experience, and then feel yourself hugging in physically, energetically. And then, so from here, you can slide the leg back, come through Sphinx to Cobra or Up Dog, or maybe you just come to the palms, find a chaturanga. Take a big, big breath in and just sigh it out. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to flow. We're going to get a little hot. All right. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Exhale, big step between the thumbs.
Pause for a breath and lengthen the chest. Standing splits, exhale. Jiva squat, inhale, lift the heart. Step left heel back, warrior one stance. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Open up cactus arms. Exhale, reach wide, hinge forward. Warrior two, inhale, hop the left foot back. Extended side angle is your exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Deep bend in the front knee. Exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga or not. We'll meet in dog pose. Take a big breath in and let it go. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, big step through. Pause for an inhale. Standing splits, exhale. Jiva squat, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, right heel back, warrior one stance. Inhale, open with cactus arms. Exhale, reach wide and hinge. Warrior two, hop the right foot back. Inhale, lengthen your stance. Extended side angle, exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, chaturanga or not. Find a big breath in and exhale out. Little different. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, jump or walk top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg lift, standing splits. Jiva squat. Inhale. Exhale, left heel back, Vira one stance. Inhale, open with cactus arms. Exhale, reach wide and hinge. Warrior two, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, chaturanga or not. Stay for a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees and jump or walk top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right toes lift, standing splits. Jiva squat, inhale, hips low, heart high. Exhale, right heel to warrior one. Inhale, open with cactus arms. Exhale, reach wide and hinge. Warrior two, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. And chaturanga, exhale. All right, nice work. Step a foot forward, turn to me, prasarita, and fold. Whew. Turn your toes out, find a halfway lift. Lateral lunge to the right. Hips heavy, heart light. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Same, or skandasana. But take your time getting into it. Moving side to side really, really slowly. There's a lot that can go wrong here. Extended leg, we don't want to hyperextend. Bent knee opens to the toes. All right, let's come back to center. Bring the hands to the hips, turn the elbows up, long spine, inhale up, and then bring your heels in, toes out, let's come low into your horse. Bring your hands to the thighs. So I'm using the weight of my arms, not like on top of my legs. I'm trying to get to the inner legs to push them back, almost like you're in the outfield. Take a big inhale and exhale, drop your right shoulder. Take a turn to the left. Inhale to center and switch sides. come back to center. Slide your hands down to your ankles, and you might have to bring your feet a little bit closer. Now, as I pull on my ankles, notice how my elbows go back. See if you can do that. Drop your hips, pull on the ankles, lift the chest like you're in cow pose. So there's a little bit of a back bend there. Whew. Oh yeah. Last breath in. Exhale, straighten the feet, fold. Walk your palms forward. Feel the weight tip forward a bit. And then pull the hips up and back. Like you're in a down dog. You're just tractioning through the spine. Walk the hands in, maybe about a palm print. Find some length, and then reach your right hand for the top of your left shin or ankle. Turn your right toes out. Bend into your right knee. Your left leg stays straight. As you bend the right knee, pull with your left arm, look under the left shoulder. And slowly release. We'll switch sides. Left hand across the body, grabbing right shin or ankle. Turn the left toes out, bend into the left knee, pull with your left arm, right leg straight. And exhale to release. All right, find a halfway lift here. Turn towards your right toes, drop your left knee down. Okay, bring your hands inside of your right foot. And then scoot your back knee in a little bit. With your right hand, your two pinchers, or you could call this a horseshoe grip, index and thumb, bring that behind your right calf. And we're going to work on shimmying the right shoulder underneath the right knee. So again, it can be helpful to bring that back knee in a little bit, maybe scoot your right foot closer. And just see if you can maybe release away from midline a bit. And then I like to do it on an exhale, and then it takes me a couple times to shimmy. You can stay here. Or go ahead, lift your back knee up, drop your left heel down for warrior one. You can stay here. Or bring your left hand to the top of your right ankle. Reach your right fingertips out, right fingertips down. Now, as you hug your right hip crease back, pull with your left hand, trying to get your head underneath the knee. That's not happening for me today, but it's just all about the stretch that we're creating. Right hip back. Take another inhale. Exhale, release. Come to center. Back heel up. Back knee down. Okay, so most of us are going to need a block for where we're going. Straighten your legs so you're in a half splits. All right, now bring your block to the inside of your right shin. And then bring your forearm down. You might have to come to a different level. That's okay. Now kick your left shin back behind you for balance. Left hand grabs the outer edge of your right foot. Work your right hip crease back and see if you can look underneath the right arm. This is pretty intense. Hug your right sit bone into the left. And exhale, release. Come back to center. And then full Hanuman. This is where I'm going to use my second block as well. You can just go back to half splits. You can bring your hips to your heel. Remember, we have one leg forward, one leg back. We bring that front thigh back. Outer back hip wraps forward. So you can bring a block under your right thigh. You can fold over the right leg. You can bring a block under your right thigh. Lengthen the arms up. Slow breath in and out. And then draw the hips back, slide the heel back,
Let's come into embryo pose. Sit back for a moment. Come up to the fingertips. We're going to side two. So from here, step your left foot forward. And we're going to work that left knee underneath the left shoulder. So you can either scoot your back knee in or front foot back. With your left hand, find your horseshoe grip right at the left calf. Let the hip release away from the midline so you can get the shoulder underneath the knee. This is definitely my tighter side. And then you can stay or see if you can bring your back leg into warrior one. Right heel down. Right hand grabs the top of your left ankle. Left fingertips reach back. So fingertips on the ground. And then take a big breath in, lift the chest. As you exhale, hug your left hip back. Pull with your right hand. Using your left fingertips for traction, imagine you could get your head underneath your knee. Last breath in. Exhale to release. Back heel up. Back knee down. We're going into half splits. So work, leg back. Bring a block inside of your left calf. Okay, any level you need. Work your left form to the block and then kick your right shin back. So that's going to keep you balanced. You might just be here, that's fine. Or right hand comes over the top of the left foot and then start to turn. Keep hugging your left sit bone into the right. Keep hugging right sit bone into the left or hugging into midline. And then we expand. Last inhale. Exhale, untwist. Holy smokes, half splits or full splits. Holy hamstrings. Whew. So you can use your blocks to help you scoot the shoulders over the hips, and then your torso provides a little weight to drop your pelvis down. Left hip crease back, outer right hip forward. Last couple breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw the hips back. And come into embryo pose. Whew. Let's feel your hip creases soften, the hip flexors soften. And then start to make your way forward, and we'll find a seat. Alrighty. So you might be able to tell where we're going based off of all of our warm-up shapes. And you might choose to have a strap with you. So I'm going to do this with a strap today, compass pose. And I'll also cue you through it if you're not using a strap. Oops. Sorry. So bring your right shin in front. Place your left shin on top fire log. And this isn't for everyone. You might drop your left shin off in front of you. Bring the ankle over. So you want to feel that you're not sickling down here. You can stay up. You can just root through your left thigh. You can fold. See if you can relax the outer hips, the inner groins. Just let the pelvis drop and get heavy.
Find one more breath cycle.
Gently inhale up. All right. So we're going to start to move in pieces, and you can stop anywhere along the way. This might be where you hang out. So next step, we're going to bring the left foot to the crook of the right elbow. That doesn't work. You're just going to be here, and this is where you'll hang out. Notice my ankle's not rolling. It's flexed and active. And I'm going to start to scoot my right shin in a little for balance. Start to work on bringing the knee back, the foot back. I'm not going for speed. All right. So I'm going to grab the bottom of my left foot with my right hand. And then I'm going to work on lifting my left hip up. And trust me, it's going to make getting into this a lot easier. And pumping my left knee back. Then I'm going to work on bringing my shoulder underneath the knee. And you might feel pretty compressed. And our goal is to lengthen. Then you'll take your strap, if you're using one, with your right hand around the foot. If you're not using a strap, you'll just grab the outer edge of your left foot with your right hand. Okay, so keep that left hip lifting for now. Lengthen the chest. Bring your left fingertips down and real slow. Work your right hip back, or left hip, and start to extend. And then hug your left hip in. Now, if you want to take this a little deeper, you can always lean a little to the left and drop the left sit bone down. Lengthen the chest. Try to bring the shoulders out of the ears. Flex that top foot. Gazes to the right for 3. Last 2. Take another breath. Exhale very slowly. Slow. Come on out. Feel free to roll your shoulders out a little bit. Maybe a little neck roll, neck release. Okay. That was my good side. That's why I did that first. Now we're going to the other side. Come into fire log. Bring your right shin on top. Feel free to stay up or fold. Let's take another 3 or 4 breaths. Letting the roots of your thighs drop down, get heavy. When you're ready, find a slow inhale to come back up. Ready? All right. Bring your right foot to the crook of the left elbow. And rock your shin side to side. And then hug your left shin in. Okay. Grab the bottom of your right foot with your left hand. Find your pincher grip, your horseshoe grip underneath the right calf. Lift your right hip up. Work the right hip back. So you're releasing away from midline. And then maybe on an exhale, you can start to get your shoulder underneath the knee. All right. Either grab the outer edge of your right foot or have your strap handy. Bring your right fingertips in front of you. Draw the right hip back in. Slow motion. Lengthen the chest and start to kick. Lengthen the front and the back of the heart. Gazes to the left. And then if you do on the first side and you want to go a little deeper, bring the right hip down. Let's take another breath here. Exhale, slow. Bring the heel in. Woo. Amazing job. Let's go ahead. Bring the hands that are laced behind the back. Draw your knuckles around your right ribs. Roll the right ear over.
And then we'll switch sides. Wrap your ribs around the left ribs. Open the right side of the neck. Hug the left elbow in. Slowly inhale back up. Bring your feet together. Draw the heels in and then stretch the chest forward. Couple slow, deep breaths. Inhale back up. Bring your knees together. Come onto your back. And find a little rock side to side. Nice work. Give yourself some time to come down, to cool down. I'll say thank you to our body by just finding a few restorative postures, maybe happy babies. You can draw the knees in. And when you're ready, place your feet on the ground, lift your hips, and just shimmy them to the right. Right ankle on top of left thigh. Drop your legs to the left. And then I like to reach down with my left hand and pull my right heel a little closer. And see if you can let this right hip, instead of it clenching, see if you can let it relax. Take a full breath in. Exhale, untwist to center. Come back, and we'll go to side two. Left ankle to right thigh. Bump your hips to the left. Let your legs fall to the right. Left foot plants flat. And you can reach down, grab the right ankle. Excuse me, I guess that's your left ankle. My brain's not working right now. Good thing we're close to shavasana. Take a big inhale through the nose, fill up into your low belly. Exhale to untwist. And then extend your arms above the head. So they're not laying on the ground, but bring them into like Tadasana arms and then extend your legs up. Okay, if you need to bend the knees during this, know that you can. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, lower your right leg so it hovers just a couple inches above the ground. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. And as you exhale, draw the ribs down. Draw the shoulder blades down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right toes back up. Inhale to reset. Exhale, left leg drops and hovers a few inches above the ground. Imagine like we're in splits. Right hip crease back. Hug the outer left hip in. Pull the ribs down. Inhale. Exhale, both legs up. Now release your arms to your sides. Maybe grab the outer edges of your mat or slide your hands under your hips and take about 20 seconds to lower your legs down. And notice the part where you want to rush, right about here. Stay present for it. Don't rush it. Try to keep your sacrum rooting down into the ground. Belly button pulling down, ribs pulling down, spine pulling down, and then release. Release away from the midline. You might wag the hips side to side or shimmy the shoulder blades together. You've done the work. You've exerted the effort. Now we get to really just soften back into the benefits of it all. Feeling the body, the breath, the mind, all synchronized. Feeling the fruits of your effort, the sensation in your body and your spine. And for the next couple of minutes, just know there's nothing you need to do. Just sort of reveling in the vibration of your body.
As you deepen your breath, just feel the energetic echo of your practice buzzing throughout your entire body. Start to move around your fingers and your toes. Maybe rock the head side to side or stretch the arms up. And then when you feel ready, rock to one side and slowly press up to a seat. Collect the palms, the heart, lengthen the spine, and allow the chin to drop slightly. Just feel the length in the front and the back of the spine, the sides. Just feel what it's like to really hug into yourself and own who you are. All sides, all angles, all aspects. This is where we find our true power, authentic, genuine power and confidence. May the merits of our practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. And to you I bow. Namaste. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today for another practice. This was a strong one. I hope you feel good. Let me know if you have any feedback, comments, requests. And if you'd like to leave a donation, my Venmo and PayPal are in the movie notes. Have a wonderful day.